Hello my dear friends, here we go again, Belgrade, almost autumn 2020. I mean, I call it autumn because we have recently returned from Aegean, from Greece, and this is where I consider that my summer has ended. So whatever nice weather we still have here is the beginning of the autumn to me. But never mind, the weather is very nice in Belgrade these days, and contrary to that, we have witnessed some very nasty footage. We've seen yesterday some nasty footage from the storms hitting the Ionian coast of Greece, and not just any kind of storms, but really the ones that are not happening. That are happening maybe once in 20 years or something like that. I've seen pictures of crushed boats, sailboats, the sea becoming not blue anymore, but rather brown from probably all the dirts that it collected because of from the coast. And anyhow, life at the sea can be nice, and usually is, but during summer, in the other periods of the year, in most of the cases, this is not the life that we imagine. Especially in these small tourist villages at the Aegean, there is no life after summer, essentially, because people, historically, people were not building villages close to the sea, with the exception of the cases where there are cliffs. So if there are cliffs, this could happen, to have the historical, let's say, agricultural village close to the sea, but at the cliffs. This is also the case, for instance, at Halkidiki. This is the case of the Cassandra Finger, let's say, the village of Aphitos, which is practically, looking from the aerial, let's say, distance, it's very close, but you have to declimb, let's say, the cliff, to descend the cliff. The reason being, pirates were the main reason historically, because people tended to build their villages more inwards into the land and not at the very coast, because back then the tourism, of course, did not exist. It was a matter of bare survival, so people were engaged in agricultural, and therefore the villages were more inside, inland. This is also the case in Italy. For instance, in Sicily, the charming place of Taormina was also built at a cliff, and more other villages. There are some exceptions, however. At the Adriatic coast, for instance, there is a village of Saint Stephen, or Svet Stefan, which is, but it's also a bit, very specific village, because it is located, it's one of the most charming places at the Adriatic, definitely. But it's, the geography is, because all the people that had houses there, they also had, let's say, secondary or reserve houses more inland. So when the pirates come, the whole practically village evacuates to their, let's say, reserve positions more inland. This is what I was told practically when I spent some time there. I'm not sure whether this is completely true, but it looked logical to me. And the exceptions were, of course, the fortified cities the old towns, so to say, of Budva, Bar. Okay, the old town of Bar is a bit also more inland, so it's not at the coast. I mean, it's relatively close to the coast, but not really at the coast. But Budva, Kotor, Dubrovnik, Split, Zadar, etc., 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 Pula. These were more, I mean, but fortified essentially cities. So if the city reached the point where it could be fortified, then of course there was an option to build it at the very coast. Okay, that much for now. A nice song, Sex Bomb. I mean, evergreen, I would say, on the radio, and let's go further. Bye bye.